Welcome you all to the session. In the previous session that we have discussed about the 7th operative function performance appraisal. In this session have planned to discuss the 8th operative function industrial relation, in which we are going to see the meaning, definition of industrial relation. Followed with this, we are going to see the objectives of industrial relation, importance of industrial relation, and I have planned to discuss the causes of bringing the poor industrial relation, and I have some of the suggestion to improve the industrial relation. Finally, we are going to view the various parties who are involved in bringing a good industrial relation. First, let us move on to see the meaning of industrial relation. Industrial relation is the relationship between employer and employee in an organizational setup. In this perspective, it covers all the aspects including human resource management, trade unions, association. It not only covers an individual relationship but also on the collective relationship. With this, now let us move on to see the definition of industrial relationship, which is given by the author J.T. Dunlop. In this definition, he derived that it is a complex relationship. Industrial relation is a complex relationship between management, workers and agencies of government. I hope that you are clear with the meaning and definition of industrial relation. Now with this, let us move on to see the features of industrial relation. Employee relations outcome is the industrial relation, whereas two main parties involved over there, that is employer and employee. But it doesn't mean these two parties alone can bring the industrial relation. The peoples who is having relationship among them will also comes under this. The management, trade unions, grievance redressal cells and agencies of various government is also responsible in bringing good industrial relation. The other features are industrial relationship creates a harmonious relationship towards the rules and regulations, whereas government intervention shapes the industrial relations through their laws and regulations. Finally, it is not only the industrial and individual relationship where it has collective relationship. Now it's time to see the objectives of industrial relation. Have listed 7 objectives. The first objective is industrial democracy. To bring the industrial democracy is very important that it is possible towards the workers' participation. The second objective is rise productivity. To rise the productivity and reduce labor turnover is the second. And the third one is workers' participation. Workers' participation in major decisions which has to be taken over there in the concern is the third objective. The fourth objective is industrial conflicts. To avoid industrial conflicts and disputes is very essential in a concern. The fifth objective is communication. Bringing good communication channel and system is very essential to communicate the information to the employees. The sixth objective is morale and discipline. Employees' morale should be high and they should follow certain disciplines too. The seventh objective is labor and management relationship. The mutual understanding between them is very essential for the concern's growth. Now let us move on to see the importance of industrial relation. Have given 4 points to represent about the importance of industrial relation. The first one is uninterrupted production. Production is the major functional activities of any concern. The interruption happened over there in production will lead to major loss for the concern. So this kind of problem can be avoided if you have a good industrial relation in concern. The second one is high morale. Maintaining high morale among the employees is very essential. That is possible over their good industrial relation. The third one is industrial disputes. This industrial disputes like strikes, lockdown is also creates a major problem for the concern that can be avoided through the good industrial relation. And the fourth one is reduction of wastage, whereas most of the concerns are struggling more to reduce the waste and to reduce the cost. That it is possible over there with good industrial relation. Causes of poor industrial relation. The first cause is economical cause, whereas the wages and salary which is not provided properly to the employees and the work environment which is not provided properly to the employees will create an economical cost and creates a major problem for bringing a good industrial relation. The second one is organizational cost. The communication standard and communication procedure and organization policy is not good, then you can't bring and expect for the good industrial relation. The third one is social cost. Uninterested work, routine work and job dissatisfaction is the major problem in creating a good industrial relation. The fourth one is psychological cause. The job insecurity and uninterested wages and salary which is provided by the concern is also a major thoughts which creates a psychological problems and it affects the good industrial relation. And the last one is political cause, whereas unsystematic work of trade unions, multi-unions and inter-union activities will create a major problem in bringing a good industrial relation. I hope they are clear with the major causes of bringing a good industrial relation. Now with this, I would like to give you few suggestions in improving a good industrial relation. The first one is sound personnel policies. Bringing a sound industrial policies over there in an organization will bring a good industrial relation. The second one is participative management. Workers has to participate in bringing a good industrial relation. Participating the workers in making a major decisions will bring a good industrial relation. Responsible trade union activities is very essential in bringing a good industrial relation. Then looking after for the welfare of the employee will also enhance the relationship between employers and employees that we can expect for a good industrial relation in a concern. Next, that we have to concentrate on grievance procedures. Proper grievance handling procedures and grievance handling methodology is essential in bringing a good industrial relation. Then if you are looking after for the constructive attitudes of trade unions, employees, employers, government, all this should have a positive attitudes which constructs to bring a good industrial relation in the concern. Now with this, let me quickly view about the parties involved over in bringing a good industrial relation. Employee, employees association and government. Employer, employees association, courts and tribunals. These are the peoples who are involved over there in bringing a good industrial relation. In this session that we have discussed about the 8th operative function industrial relation. I hope that you all understand about that. Now, finally that we came to the end of the videos lecture series that we have seen about introduction to human resource management, about human resource manager, functions of human resource management, recruitment, selection, compensation, training and compensation principles, performance appraisal and finally industrial relation. I hope that you are all clear with this course of human resource management. In future we will see with more interesting topics in management. Thank you.